One will know when they are totally present. Because the only thing they'll know is that one is present. They won't know anything else. There'll be no invasion of thoughts. There'll be no memories, no ideas about time. There'll be no attachments, associations, no needs, no beliefs, no hopes, no desires, no wants. All they'll know is presence. There'll be no mind saying, chattering in the background about boredom, about what's going to happen, what is happening. But there's a knowing that one is present. There's an unknowing that I am present, but there's a knowing that one is present. This is true awareness. This is consciousness. In its purest sense as a human. The moment the mind comes out of presence. It appears to be out of presence because this speaker is using some vocabulary, some noise, some vibration, some sound, some words. You can call it what you like. He's using bodily language, using any which way to actually stay out of presence. But you cannot not be present. This one moment that this voice said, only one moment, still attracts some mind reaction. Mind wants to know what it means. In its own vocabulary, in its own contented way, that it invented the language to understand. It invented the emotions to understand, but so it wants to understand. So when the voice said one moment, mind says, what do you mean? What do you mean? Is it time? Are we only here for a second? If there's only one moment, what does that mean? Because mind associates with one moment as time. In presence, when the mind has been defeated, meaning the ego state, been defeated, it is no longer able to penetrate with all these ridiculous questions that it created, so that it can only work in its circular way. When that mind has been defeated, the pure mind says, in presence, there is only breath that's keeping me, the person, the I, here as a body. Of course, it's one of the first things they teach you at school. If you stop breathing, you die. See? But there's no death in presence. The breath, when it takes its last breath, this body, the breath is what we are. I always remember was it Aladdin, the genie in the lamp, when he rubs the lamp and there's poof, through this poof, this genie appears. Somewhere, some place is someone actually rubbing a lamp. Is actually someone actually pumping this breath. Like you're a balloon, floating. That's enough. Oh, more. In, out. And then one day, pulls you back into the lamp. What a beautiful thought. You realize that whatever breath is, it's worthwhile having. And every breath. I remember a quote from Ananda Mayama saying, you should remember every breath. The minute you forget a breath, you forget God. And in presence, that's the only thing worth following. Most think there's a proper way. That's why in a meditation hall, if there's someone giving a guided meditation, if you don't follow that one exactly, you're failing. No, follow your own breath. If the guided meditator says, breathe from your head through to your anus, and you say, I can't follow that. You don't do it. Oh, you're not here to follow the meditator. You're not here to follow the guidance. You're here to follow your own breath, your own ways. And when you understand that, you realize that's the same for everything in your life. You're not here to follow guided rules and regulations. You're not here to follow particular religions and preferred methods and practices, and there's nothing wrong with being part of a community or a religion or a meditation class, but that's what you encounter when you overcome the fear of not being that perfect person. It's okay. One moment God says, it's okay to be you. It's okay to speak funny. It's okay to laugh when it's not pertinent to laugh. It's okay to be uncourteous. It's okay to be courteous. Because all in all, each opposite is the same. You think good is good and bad is bad. But sometimes your mind will measure badness in the room, and the other 20 people are measuring goodness from it, because you've been conditioned into your cultured way of saying that's bad. And you feel a fool. You feel as if the other 20 people or 19 people are deluded. That's why it's great to be amongst other people from other countries, other humans from other countries. You don't force your culture onto them. You mix culture. You learn. You love. So, it's not, the speaker's not here to tell you what it knows, because what it knows is out with of presence. All that presence is awareness, is livingness, is beingness, is thoughtfulness, is mindfulness, is mindlessness. Thich Nhat Hanh says mindful. Eckhart Tolle says mindless. Which one do you follow, you see? You follow yourself. You don't follow the thoughts that others follow. If you feel they are worthy of being followed, that's fine. but don't forget yourself. That's the message from the one moment. God says it's okay to be you. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget yourself. Because the minute you forget yourself, you forget God. The minute you spend all your life sacrificing, suffering, slaving over other people, God says, yeah, good marks. Good marks. Why did you make it so hard though? Why didn't you just love yourself? Because when you love yourself, people, they catch hold of it. I want to be with that one. That one kind of glows. That one's kind of contented with life. He must know something, ego says. I can get something from that one, ego says. What's your ego? You're not going to get anything from an enlightened master. All you want to be with them. Equally. The one moment incorporates everything. There's nothing special. There's no failures or successes. There's no good or bad. These are creations, ideas, concepts that the mind wants to make so it can divide and conquer. So what's the point of speaking, you see? What's the point of being out of presence? We cannot be out of presence. We can pretend we're out of presence. We can act as if we're out of presence. We can be the puppet. We can be the puppeteer. We can be the stage. We can be the props. We can be the extras. We can be the main role. But these are all temporary ideas. They're thoughts. One moment. Only one moment. What is it? Where is it? How do I find it? You are it. You are presence. You are awareness. It's the most enlightening inner love to realize yourself. And to any others, they don't see it like that. Because they're looking at it from their own point of view, their own viewpoint. All you're trying to discover is where are you looking from? And as what? You'll realize you're looking from this body, but you're looking through this body. You're not looking at the end, and you're not looking from the beginning. You're simply looking. There is no beginning and end to looking, to seeing, to being. And you've got a body that you can look through. Look wisely. Look wisely. Look inside, look outside. Look up, look down. Look left, look right. And everywhere you look, you'll find yourself. Are you I? The core of looking, the point of looking, the place of looking? Are you even looking through I? If so, what can you be? Can you be one? Can you be zero? There's nothing to discover when you find yourself. There's nothing else worth seeking when you find yourself. God speaks to you on the way. You're not saying that you are superior to God and God is looking after you. in God's eyes, yes, God is looking after you. You are superior to God because, like your father, when you were a son or a daughter, your father would do anything to look after you. He was not or your mother, I'm not being sexist, you're not just a temporary form. You're much worthy as from God's eyes. You're a child of God. Jesus said, worship me and you worship my Father. My me. Jesus didn't say worship him. He said worship the word me. And through me, I will reveal the way. And the way is. One moment.